It is so exciting buying an investment property, whether it's going to be a flip house or maybe something that you use as a rental property. But look, it's so exciting to buy the property, but once you buy it, now you have to actually do the work. And so I want to let you know today what is supposed to take place on the first day. And so if you stay tuned for this video, I want to show you exactly what the first day on your new project should look like. Welcome back to another episode of Empire Your Life. And look, if you haven't seen the first part of this video yet, I recommend that you go back and watch all about when I purchased this property at auction and my initial walkthrough of this property when I first got eyes on it. And so if you missed that video, I'm going to put a link up top that you can click and it'll bring you directly to that first part. Now, if you've seen that part already, continue watching this video here because today's video, I want to go over what the first day on the job looks like. So now you're excited, you were able to buy a property at auction or foreclosure or a distressed seller, wherever you purchase that property. So now the excitement's wearing off and it's time to actually get your hands dirty and start to get that project moving toward the finish line. And so the first day of the project, what do we do? Well, the first day of the project should include, number one, if there's a lot of belongings that were left in the house, which you can see behind me, this house on Molly Lee does have a lot of stuff that the previous owners left inside. And so, it's actually some good things in here that we might be able to salvage, but a lot of it is going to be junk or trash and things that need to be removed. And so step number one, before we could really start doing any construction of actually remodeling this house, is we need to get all the old stuff out first. And so first step right now is going to be getting the trash out. Now, the next thing that's going to follow after that is to go into more of a demo phase. And so any walls that we want to take out, any cabinets that we want to take out, anything that we want to remove from this property, that's going to be the next phase that we're going to go jump into. And so for today, I'm out here at the property today on day one. I'm going to go ahead and my goal is to take care of the trash out today and to start to do the little bit of demo that needs to take place here before we come in and start really putting some lipstick on it and remodeling. And so stay tuned. Oh, and look, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button below and look, leave me some comments if you have any real estate related questions or, even questions as always about that work-life balance. I would love to help you out. So hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and stay connected with the Empire Your Life community. We'd love to have you if we don't have you already. And so let me go ahead and get started before the day wears away because it does go quick and I am excited to get my hands dirty and let's get into it. Time to take everything else that's in here and basically trash it out. We're going to put it in some trash bags. We're going to put it out to the side there. And once we get the project actually started, we're going to go ahead and get a dumpster on site. And so we'll be able to easily throw everything back in at that point. But for right now, we just need to get everything cleaned up so that way we can get a better idea of how we want to lay out walls or how we want to design this particular property. So it's so important that we can actually see because you can, right now, if you look around, there's so much junk everywhere. It's hard to really imagine what that space could look like once it's remodeled. And so let's go ahead and start cleaning up. When you start cleaning up old houses, I definitely recommend that you get yourself a set of gloves because you don't know what you're touching, what it's been through, or what might be crawling on you like that. Now I moved out into the shop area, which is sort of I say shop, it's sort of a storage room that's connected to the carport on the back side of the house. So I was able to gain entry inside. And as I'm getting inside here, I actually found these what looks to be oxygen tanks. And so, it's always crazy that, you never know what you're gonna find inside of these houses between storages or even attics. So, I mean, we've found so many crazy things in the past. And so, it kind of makes it fun. Sometimes you could find some surprises, things that you may even want to keep or be able to use. Or in some cases, you may find some strange, different type things like this, which I definitely have never found oxygen tanks in a house before. And so I'm actually going to try and contact maybe some local medical people and try and research these a little bit, see if there's anybody that can use these. I'm sure they can reuse these tanks to some degree, and so it'll take a little bit of research and a couple of phone calls, but I'm going to try and find a happy home for these and somebody that can use them. All right, so I feel like I'm on like American Pickers at this house, because in the storage I'm finding so many tools, so many different things, so many cool things that I want to take with me. And so what's really cool, I actually see there's a box down here at the bottom. And so I haven't opened it yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and open it now just to see what's inside. But I just wanted to show you how exciting this could be when you're finding all these different things inside of these houses. So really cool benefit. So let's see what's inside of the case. So let's see. Opening it. Oh yeah. So this is actually a Dremel tool, and it has all the accessories and has everything that you need for the kit. So that's a really cool find. I mean, this in itself is probably about at least a $40, $50, $60 tool that I just found. Hey, so as I was mentioning, it's so exciting to see what you can find in storage rooms, attics, whenever you're getting into these older houses or houses that have been left abandoned or vacant, from foreclosures or whatever it might be. Well, today we scored. So I actually got the back of my truck full of some great stuff from the inside of this house here. And so if we take a quick look at some of the things that I got, you can see there's some rolls of metal. I have some different tools and things like that, some squeegees that I found. There's, of course, caulks and sealants, things like that were in the storage room. Even found a drill. I don't know if you can see a drill in there. That is really cool. Also found a timer. So this is a timer that you can plug in and set for lights, or even stuff for a pool, or really whatever you need. It's a timer that you can plug things into. Really cool. Some full bottles of Clorox. Even an old radio. This, I guess, could be a big pot for maybe flower pot or something. Target practice, of course, a big level there, a big 4-foot level, which is amazing. I have some paint material, some visqueen. So just overall, just some really cool stuff that, it's, things that now I don't have to go out and buy, like visqueen, for example, for painting our next project. Normally that's something that we always have to go pick up. Well, those cases can be 15, 20, 25 bucks. So now I can save that amount of money. And so the only problem now is I got to find a place to store it. All right, so besides doing trash out and demo on day one is also an important day to go ahead and change any locks around the house to make sure that you have a key that you can get in and out, and so nobody locks you out of the house. And so luckily we were able to gain entry to this house, but this was one that we bought at auction, so we did not have a key to get inside. And so today, on day one, I'm gonna go ahead and change out these locks and be able to put a lock box on this door, so that way myself and contractors can come in and out easily. Also, you don't know who else has a key to this house, and you don't want any strangers or past people coming through your property, especially as you start to do the remodel and start to have maybe expensive materials and things like that laying around. You do not want people just coming in and out. So on day one, get those locks changed and get your lock box. All right, so I'm feeling pretty good. I got my knob installed on the back door, and so now I can put a lockbox on the door and know that the property is secure. And so I do need to do it on a few other locks as well, but at least we have this door done now, and our contractors and myself will be able to come in and out, and we'll be able to keep this door locked so nobody comes in and takes any of our materials or appliances anything that we have left inside the house. So the property will be completely secure now, and so I'm pretty excited about it. All right, so when it comes to trashing out houses from foreclosures and things like that on our first day, trying to get them ready to, start doing our walkthroughs and everything like that, we find all kinds of stuff. Now, when it comes to finding stuffed animals, that is usually where I draw the line. That is not something that I usually would keep, whether for myself, my kids, or to give to any other children. Just the fact that if it's coming out of a dirty house, you just, you don't want kids snuggling with some dirty old stuffed animal. And so generally, I just throw them completely away. But in this case, I did find one that I'm willing to make an exception for. And if you can give me a drum roll, please, I would like to introduce you to Mike the monkey. Hey, so me and Mike were just dragging a box through the kitchen and just so happened to notice an old school Coca-Cola bottle cap opener on the side of one of the cabinets. And so Mike said that it was too cool to pass up. And so we're gonna be taking this off the cabinet and taking it back to my place. So I was talking to one of my guys that checks all of our houses for mold to make sure there's no mold damage, especially on houses like this that suffered damages from the 2016 flood that we had down here in Baton Rouge. And so what he asked me to do is, he said that for the most part, the house seems pretty clean and not to have any mold issues at all. But just to double check, he wants me to cut some sheetrock behind the walls where the cabinets are for like the bathrooms and the kitchens, just so he could take a closer look to make sure that there's no mold issues, because mold can be such a big problem, and we don't want to go put in a 30, 40,000 or more rehab just to find out that mold is growing behind the walls and is going to ruin all those great things that we put into that property. And then also too, I mean, you want to be able to put a good product out there and to be able to put a safe product on the market to where you're going to have a homeowner with kids or maybe elderly people that are living in there, and you don't want mold, or you don't want them to have to worry about mold issues in the house. And so we're going to go ahead and cut out some of the sheetrock now so our guy can get in here and take a closer look. So now we got our sheetrock off, so now our mold specialist can come in and take a closer look, looking at the 2x4s and the sheetrock. And from what I can see here, it doesn't look like we have any problems, but as always, let's make sure we have a professional come in and take a look at it, and that way we can get his stamp and we know for sure that it's good. had somebody stop by and look at the house while we were cleaning it out today, and they said that they're interested in purchasing the house just like it is. And so this would be considered a wholesale type deal where we purchase the property and, mine is doing a little bit of cleanup, selling them the property in as-is condition, and still being able to turn a little quick profit for ourselves and be able to move on to the next project. Oh, Mike. Ah! All right, whew, Mike's good. All right, so, like I was saying, somebody had stopped by, they want to buy it as-is condition, and so by doing that, we'll be able to wholesale it to them to make a quick profit on it and move on to the next project, while they are going to come in and do the full remodel from start to finish and then be able to turn a bigger profit on the backside. And so that's what they're going to be looking to do, but we're going to be able to get in and out real quick if they decide to buy. And so we'll see what happens. I'm going to give them a few more days. I don't want to wait too long, so because some people tell you that they're going to buy and they'll kind of drag you along for quite a while, and so I'm not sure what's going to happen just yet, but I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, give them a few days to make a final decision on if they're going to buy it or not. And if by the middle of the week, next couple of days, they decide not to buy it, then I'm going to be here right away to go ahead and finish out that demo and get the rest of our contractors started on doing sheetrock, paint, flooring, and all those different things. And so in the meantime, though, I'll be looking at some materials and starting to brainstorm colors and types of flooring and design and things like that, and that way we're ready to do the demo and do the rest of the project if we end up going that route. And so I hope you enjoyed this video here today. And look, as always, go ahead and hit that subscribe button below. If you don't, Mike is going to be very, very upset with you. So hit that subscribe button, leave me some comments, make sure you share this video with someone that needs to see it. And as always, just get out there and build your empire. Thanks for watching this video, and if you're ready to take your business to the next level, hit that subscribe button below and become a part of the Empire Your Life community. And if you see the videos over to the side here, they're exactly what you need to see next. Get out there and build your empire.